I was wondering when you'd show up.
I am here to ensure that you do your job, little human. Not do it for you.
Will we unban Overclocked? He's actually going to be playing on his own map here, trying to get himself unbanned. I thought there was some poetic justice to it. So, well, technically this is Pionica's map that Overclocked edited. Should I correct myself? But Overclocked added in some extra heroes and stuff. Although this is the one you start off with normally, and he sort of knows the pattern here. Pick up the gloves and a sort of, what was it, potion of healing if you can. Yeah, he's done the right thing. Grimoire of Souls is to be used later on. He's doing actually very well. He knows what he should be doing. If you want to min-max on solo in this map, which is very hard to do, you definitely start off with the panda. But you need to repick very quickly because you only get a short time window to repick. So you use the panda to poison the mobs, which basically guarantees brings them down to 1 health, and then you get your new hero. You won't be able to get them all, just settle for what you can get. You probably just repick now, to be honest. Yeah, you'd lose the items. It's not ideal, but what can you do? I think that was still the right thing to do under the circumstances. Normally you would go a bit higher, drop all the items, repick. But you need to get there so you can get the kills before the computer gets the kill with the Book of Eli. So he gets all the experience this way, which is very important because you need that experience. I don't know this hero very well though, but he gets 1 damage every single time he kills, and he heals every time he kills. So that's kind of neat. I don't think those commands work for me. So kind of needs to get his ultimate, which is the Infernal, I think. The Infernal could maybe help him versus the Rock Golem that comes later, which is basically the thing that sort of makes this map so ridiculously hard to solo. No, I'm not doing this map, although I did spend a lot of time learning how to solo this map. A ridiculous amount of time. It's quite fun though. Stylo says he's even copying my invented strategy over doing his own. So this is what you did last time, was it, Stylo? Level 8. Where's the ultimate, if there is one? He's got the Vampiric. Wonder if that affects any other items though. Like orbs, because you've got all these other powerful items in here to get. There's a lifesteal item, but I think that might stack with the Vampiric that he has. He did pick up a whole bunch of gloves again. They're quite cheap, they're only like 100 gold each or something, or 50 gold each. Something cheap. You've seen the Dreadlord scaling trait and went for it. What, with the +1 damage? Yeah, I always liked Beastmaster though, because he got the +2 strength, which is not only obviously just health and regen, but +2 strength is, you know, +4 damage. It's like bonkers. It's just he doesn't have the vamp like the Dreadlord and the Carrion Swarm, so he's not quite as good in that respect. He does have damage reduction though, with the Howl of Terror. When is he going to use Grimoire? I think he's already used it now, because I don't see it anymore. You want to wait until at least level 6, maybe closer towards 8, I think, before you would pick up the Grimoire and use it. The Grimoire will basically half all of your stats, but it means that every time you kill a unit, you get like health and mana. But if you use it too early, you're just going to die. He's working his way towards the Fountain of Health here. Just needs mana as well, but his mana regen's pretty damn good, because this gives mana as well, I think. So, boom. There's the Infernal, nice drop. He's doing very well. First boss though. Arius the Pure. Oh! Has he got Cleave? Normally you get the item that gets Cleave. Not sure where it is. To be fair, Overclock changed all of these items. Do you even have the original items that were in this game in the first place? I'm not even sure. These all look like the Overclocked items, so I don't even think he... Are there? Maybe... No, I don't think you have the original items. Either ways, fighting first is the tree, which is very hard to do, because the tree is OP. Yeah, it seems like a shame that the original items from this one don't seem to be here. These are all the balanced hero survival items. Got to find a way to get strong enough that you can take the tree. Over here you can spend lumber for like tomes, so that's something you can try to do. Because you've got 150, so you can buy 150 tomes. Boom. Another Infernal. That will last a few hits. Needs to get the tomes and then finish off the tree. Would be my thought, really. Unless he can just solo it now, but I think he needs the tomes. Put yourself on like hold position. The radius is really tiny. The map is called 8 Boss Survive. Overclocked balanced edit. He's even tried to take the credit by putting his name at the top right. Well, he's strong enough to take the tree, which is pretty perfect to be honest, because he needs to. Otherwise he's dead if he can't. This thing doesn't heal up that quickly, so... He has got cleave, so he must just have cleave as a passive. So the Dreadlord gets cleave as well. Damn, that is good then. That is better. Because the Beastmaster gets the +2 strength, but otherwise he's not as good as that. Which is actually just as important, because like I say, the item that I used to get, because this used to sort of either share these balanced items, in quotation marks, or it used to... Yeah, it doesn't have them anymore. They're definitely not here. It used to be like a 4,000 gold item or something. You had to try to straight go towards. That would give you lifesteal. And then the one that gives you crit. It's a lot of strength. You need to buy some little peasant or something that can repair the Book of Eli. He's moving quick though, I like it. He always looks like he's got some sort of purpose. The annoying thing is that these creeps, if you don't have all of their attention, they'll keep doing damage to the base. That cleave is huge. Okay, now you have the abomination, the undead. Are you going to be strong enough for this bad boy? 50% damage reduction. He's got 80%. Looks good. He's even prioritizing the skeletons for the cleave. To ignore the boss's armor. Getting a bit uncomfortable though, because one more impale could make him... Yeah, that's actually probably pretty good that the impale was then, rather than as these guys turn up. Ah, he's got the Divine Boots item. Oh. God, you should hit! You're okay though, because the boss goes AFK after it's cast a spell. And it forgets what its actual... if you watch the video that I did about Covert Muffin speedrunning in Warcraft 3, you basically provoke the computer into casting their spell, which then resets the command that told them what it was that they were doing in the first place, aka move into an objective, like to kill it. So you can provoke the computer into sort of AFKing. So he's going to come back anyway, so that's fine. Like, that's not a problem, that's kind of a good thing. It just resets everything, at least health-wise. He can go back and kill that boss. Although, to be fair, yeah, he's got these to deal with. This is where the map just really picks up in pace and it just becomes near impossible. Hey, Darth. Thank you very much there for the sub. Overclock can have another try, though, if he wishes. Right, the Infernals. Hope you got a good cooldown on that Infernal, because he's going to be like pretty imperative for you to not lose here. So they're really nasty because you get so many of them, and they all take turns in bolting you, which you can't do anything against the bolt. What about the Amulet of Spell Shield? I don't think I've played it with this version, because all these items are being replaced. It will resist one at least. Or even the skull. Have you got the skull? I don't see the skull. Oh wow, look at the cooldown on that. He's going for it again. He might actually do this. He's really on point. I won't fault him there. You could get like the Crown of the Mana Lord, unlimited mana, basically, if you really needed it. Oh my goodness. I can't believe carrion works versus those. Did you change this so that spells work? Because I don't think spells are supposed to work versus those, but anyway. You still got to keep this alive. The storm bolts are bashing. The Book of Eli. More golems. There'll be a boss golem soon. You can't stop them all. They're relentless in their quest to kill the Book of Eli. And down it goes. That was a very valiant attempt. I'm not sure why it hasn't come up with a fail yet. But this is the boss. That's also got like a 60% chance to bash, and the bash lasts basically as long as his attack does. Anyway, I think we have to then. Yeah, I know you're thinking about the return damage, but the problem with the return damage thing is it provokes these golems into casting their Hell Boulder the moment that they get close to you, which is the reason why I couldn't pick it beforehand. You don't want to provoke them into casting Hell Boulder, because that's the one thing that really stops you. He's trying to see if he can handle this. Damn. It seems like you broke this map. I think he broke it. Because it should come up with like a you've lost, but apparently not. It's a 9-player map. Overclocked Balance is the game name. Yeah, I don't want to risk anyone being in there in case it messes it. No chance I lose now. Alright, well there you go. This is your last chance then. I don't think I can close that spot, actually, Random Pick Noob. I'm pretty sure I tried to do it before, but I don't think it let me actually try to close it. He did very well, though, on that attempt. It's almost like he might have suspected that he's going to play this map. I might make him play this map or something as a challenge.
Job, little human. Not do it for you.
He probably might have practiced it himself after seeing me, because some people do that when they see me sort of try to solo maps. They try to do it themselves. So pick the guy that gives you the grimoire. He has that in his inventory. So a quicker start into the panda. Gloves of haste. With the potion. Just take the endurance aura just to get there a little bit quicker. Although it's absolutely tiny, the movement speed bonus.
You must be wiser than the king. The end is near.
The end is near. So this is normally roughly about where you might be able to drop the gloves of haste. Maybe a little bit higher. It's a bit RNG, but hopefully you don't get surrounded. You can't afford to get surrounded. Otherwise you have to sort of like lose that repick. So that'll do. You don't have to get every single mob. Ideally you do. I would like want to, but you need to sort of run up, and whilst you're doing that, you shift right click, and then he just repicked. So he didn't actually drop everything there. Panicked a bit, but he's going to get his hero, carrion, get the majority of them. There you go. Going for the items now. I should have him play Jurassic Park. Well, the reason why he did the 1 versus 10 insane computers is because he didn't want to do Jurassic Park. He said anything other than Jurassic Park, because that's what I was going to make him do first time. The biggest problem with the Jurassic Park map, for making people sort of solo it as a challenge, is there's a time limit, right? And obviously they don't seem to last very long, so it's kind of obvious that most people that watch on YouTube cheat because they like to look at the timestamps and stuff like that. And I can't really do much about that other than deliberately record much longer or edit the video, which takes a lot longer, to just add a bunch of nonsense, essentially, just to artificially elevate or extend the time that the video goes on for. Okay. Carrion is the key. So, I don't think he gets his ultimate then until at least level 8. Judging by the looks of this. Otherwise he probably would have used it by now if he could. Oh, they got some good damage on you. They got some good damage on you, boy! They were like proper surrounding him there. That was the meteor ones that doing 41 to 44. Well, this isn't the start you wanted. Okay, you get one more then. Because it's early enough that I'll allow it. Goodness knows I remake the map enough times when I'm trying to solo it. You kind of need these things to go perfect for you. That's why they're so hard to do as an actual challenge. 8 boss, trash. Ah, bugger. I keep forgetting. 8 boss, not trash. Imagine if it just basically went off the last map that you made. That would be a nice feature, wouldn't it? Imagine if you were able to search for whatever maps that it is that you're trying to host. That would be a nice feature, wouldn't it? How much effort would that take to put in? Oh, I can close that spot. Okay, fair enough. Alright. Yeah, I know. That is the painful thing. You have a search function for like replays and saved games. At least I think you do, because I never use it. That's how often you even use those. But I go to custom games all the time.
Wondering when you'd show up.
I am here to ensure that you do your job, little human. Not do it for you.
Let's see if he can drop. The 6 items before he repicks. So what you do on this map at the start is you press the button that's like, that has this symbol, or that, if you hold down shift. And that will basically select the wisp. You know where you got a wisp icon, or like a worker icon, idle worker. That basically automatically goes to it. And then you move.
The end is near.
The end is near for Overclocked. Right click, right click, right click, right click. Pretty good jabs. That's gone almost perfect, except for one of them, but it's not worth worrying about that one that didn't. You don't want to hit these if you can. Oh, repick! He gets 1 kill there, which won't count towards his Dreadlord, but it's not the end of the world. Going for the items. The Book of Eli is exposed. The end is near. Legolas wonders why it doesn't go Rexar. Well, it seems like the Dreadlord gets Vampiric Aura and Cleave, which makes him, like, amazing. Because the items, you don't have the Cleave items anymore that you can buy. Of course, it was always really ridiculous to actually even try to get that item, because you were always at about 3,850 gold by the time you actually needed the item, and it cost 4,000. Because that's when, like, the rock golems would spawn, and you absolutely have to have that item, but you also can't have the item. I remember how painful it was. You remember that Thorns doesn't work, though. You don't want Thorns Aura. Because they just stun you repetitively over and over, and then some of them will sneak past you and keep hitting the main base. They don't kill themselves quickly enough with forms. They don't do enough damage to you. It's too slow. Maybe Overclocked's version of the Fawns item kills them quicker, but in the original, when I did it, the item that had Fawns wasn't quick enough. He's playing it a bit safer now with the Dreadlord. Higher up, level 11. I think he's used that Grimoire. Now would be a good time to get the Grimoire. If you can sneak over and pick up the Grimoire, I would do it at this point. He's waiting for 15. Okay, fair enough. It's more of a min-max thing. It's not going to make a difference whether you win or lose, at least not completely. But the earlier you get that Grimoire, obviously the better. Grimoire halves his stats, so obviously he doesn't want to half his stats, does he? So the later he leaves it, the worse it's going to be, because he's going to have more stats that are going to get halved. So he's picking up all the stats now, which is really nice. The tome range is terrible. You have to be standing like here. Any further than that and it doesn't work. Hey, the real Gus Frabber. Thank you very much there. Tavaha. Thank you indeed. What do you mean no? There's like no reason to not do it. Now you're gonna have to deal with the tree. Boom. Gotta be careful though, yeah, because he can get himself still killed in this situation. You need to sort of leave yourself a path to move upwards if you need. Although, to be fair, he looks almost strong enough to take the tree on. Bear in mind the tree hasn't used Entangle yet, which does make a difference. Good job keeping the Infernal alive, because it just buys you a bit more time. Yeah, I'd say that went very well. There's the Entangle. Can probably finish the tree off after the Entangle. He's faffing about for some reason. There'll be another Entangle maybe. No, stops it. It's a juicy cleave. I'm so glad the Pit Lord was made a hero in this game. Because if we didn't have the Pit Lord, would we have had cleave? I think there's mercs that have cleave, but I think they got cleave because the Pit Lord was introduced. If that makes sense. Like, he was probably introduced with the idea of cleave. I don't think cleave existed before the Frozen Throne. Orb of Fire is a stretch. Technically it's kind of like a cleave, but it was like 5 damage from the Orb of Fire that cleaves. And it's tiny. The range is like 180 or something stupid. God, Orb of Fire is so bad. Yeah, like the Fell Guards, but they came with the same time that the Pit Lord came, I think. That's what I mean.
May I request to you a lurker to Barho?
Well, you may, especially if you pay. Thank you very much there, Yoti. This is a good run, but of course we still got the rock golems to worry about. He's almost up to 1,000 damage. Oh, yeah. Some of these items might make a big difference in comparison to when I did it. Yeah. Okay, well, fair enough. I mean, if you still do it, you still do it. It still counts. It's certainly not easy, but some of these items will definitely make a difference. I assume that's what you're going for then. But you still have to get over the issue of being stun locked. It does seem like you kill the golems quicker though. Nice big chunks of experience. The Infernal's immolation range is quite large, so that's nice for keeping aggro. It's just a shame it can't tank for long. It gets obliterated. I'd say he could be in trouble here, to be honest. He almost needs to... You either gamble it and just go straight and finish the boss, or you play it safe, go to the fountain or something. Yeah, that's probably the better move, just doing that. Just wait an extra few seconds. He's got 4,000 gold now. So he actually can afford the item. Whatever item it is that he is aiming for. There are many that you could pick, that's for sure. He went with the Heart of Cyronox. Increases the health of summon. Have you done this before or something? This seems like some sort of specific plan. He's got 12,000 health. Infernal. Yeah. This seems... Is someone helping him or something? Has he got like an earpiece or something? Because that is pretty... That does basically deal with the Infernal essentially getting killed straight away. Because now he can actually deal with these golems and not get stun locked so easily. He's got the editor open on the next screen. Ah, is that how you did it then, Stylo? Remember when you got the Naga Royal Guard in like week 2 of the Test of Faith game? I mean, I downloaded this map from the last time that it was challenged, aka Stylo did the challenge. So this isn't Overclocked's secret version as far as I know. This is the same version that Stylo would have used. This is actually really good. He's actually in it to win it as far as I'm concerned. That was probably the best item he could get. I didn't realize that even existed. Because as long as there's more than one of him, it means that he can probably deal with the golems and the boss that comes with it. It's not a guarantee, but it sure does help. Although he hasn't got much mana, has he? Oh no, yeah, he's got up to 7,800, that's why it looked like he's got barely any. They cost 900 though, so yeah, he has to get mana for this. Boss is gonna spawn. The trick was always to try to sort of like get the boss to go AFK by casting one of its spells. I can't remember which spell this guy casts, if he casts any. Because if you get them to just go AFK at the bottom here, that's fine. Because all you need to do is keep this alive. Yeah, he's got a lot of intelligence. He's getting a bit stunned, and the boss is on its way. Yeah, good time to get another Infernal. This boss can't even kill those Infernals too quickly, so I think Overclocked might have this, actually. He is running out of Infernals, though. Even with the amount of health that they have. Right, you move on to the Fell Guards. Now, these do more damage, but they're not as bad as the Rock Golems, because they don't just keep bloody stunning you all the time. That's very nice. Give yourself some distance, clean these up. He needs to buy some more int tomes or something. And then can sustain. Even this guy's going down. I'd say Overclocked's in a really good spot. Oh, it was Slam. Okay. Really good spot. Yeah, I mean... How does the Infernal... It goes like 3,000 health to 12,000 health. It's not bad, is it? It's not like it doubles its health or something. It gets like 375%. No, it's 471% for some reason now. Oh, it's based on your maximum health. Oh my god. Yeah, that's pretty broke.
A player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, that's pretty damn broke. See, there was me thinking he was going to get Berserker Spear or something then. So he's kind of invincible now at this point. And the Infernals is just strong enough to keep things preoccupied. You got one of the original corrupted treants. Yeah, he's still alive, so he is the smartest treant. You're right. Oh. Yes. It seems like some of these items that you introduced into this map might have made the mobs a little bit... Well, I'm not going to be bitter about it, but I certainly didn't have this advantage when I did this. There's more summon items as well. There's ones that increase attack speed and all that as well. What changelog? And what's reading? In comes Gavin Rad the Dyer. Is Gavin Rad a female name?
Player's forces are under attack.
Maybe it's a guy.
Ooh.
32,000 health boss, yeah. 2,300 damage versus the Infernals are just gonna solo it. Watch out for the Serpent Ward there. Filthy Overclocked. He won't get to do Nyx maps now. That's a challenge. I was going to make him do Nyx ones next. But I think he might have this in the bag. Maybe whoever else gets banned is going to have to do that. You got the bosses over here, so this will be the next one. This guy's got 1,000 health and can sleep though. But with the Infernals, you can deal with this guy. That is always the problem when you solo this map, is the fact that you're solo. So he's kind of solved that problem by having more than one unit on the field. You can change the tooltip that it says 100 plus 100 strength, but in the code of the map you put in plus 10,000 strength. I see. Well, he hasn't done that at least.
A player's forces are under attack.
So his strength does seem legit. Yeah, magic immune Infernals is pretty handy. Pretty soon he'll be farming at the bottom. How's the book doing? It's still around the half health. Whilst it looks like it's regenning, it's got a ridiculous amount of health, so this regen actually isn't that high.
A player's forces are under attack.
It's got almost as much health as the Infernals. The Infernal's taunting now. It's your map, you can try what the heck you want. For your edit. What's the point of playing such a changed version from the one I was struggling with? Because this is the same one that I made Stylo do for his Unbanned challenge. So I use that because it was used in the previous Unbanned challenge. And Stylo wasn't able to do it. Yeah, I mean, how much damage does he have? 7,600. Overclocked will be catching up there. See, the 3,671% could be a slightly exaggerated number here in comparison to what it should be. Of course, it would never go to that high in a balanced hero survival. Demons have a 20% stun passive. Oh, this guy's angry. Frost Nova. This is where it all goes wrong. He's taking down Kel Facade. Oh, these guys are doing some damage. 1,500 damage. They bash you over the head, these guys. New item. He's playing it safe with more armor. See, he could have gone attack speed, but yeah. These Infernals also have the Vampiric Aura, which is kind of disgusting. And they got 20,000 damage. And he's got 3 of them. Did you kill the trio? Oh man. Oh dear. Can I ask you if he planned it from the beginning? Or when he got that idea? I'll ask him. Did he plan this? I never said that I was going to make him do this. So he couldn't have known. Unless I did. I don't think I did. Might have mentioned it, potentially, but... Scumbag OC. At least the Infernals don't last for too long. Oh, we're on to another boss now. Although he's more like a mini-boss at this point. Orcs are next. Oh yeah, you could maybe get the item that resets the cooldown of last casted spell. This is just undead imbalance. It's got 2,500 gold. All the lumber as well. Not that he really needs to buy much anymore for himself. I mean, what is strength gonna do? What is agility gonna do? Making me lazy. What is intelligence gonna do? Not much. Yeah, he hasn't got the key of balance yet. 2,000 damage grunts. Some raiders. It's Reign of Chaos all over again. Technically, last time was the last try. So we could actually say that this doesn't count, depending on how angry I'm feeling. But I'm not feeling that angry. He's going for 4,000 gold spending.
Player's forces are under attack.
Increases the attack speed now. Not actually that noticeable. Oh wait, he has to be nearby, does he? Or he has to be the next summon that he summons. Does he have an auto clicker on? Because I don't think the hotkeys for those work. Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's quicker. Now you got the Orc God. Buzzan the Fearless.
A player's forces are under attack.
Wasn't that all that he said? You need to get better. It would be harsh to go hard on him for a comment so innocuous. Innocuous, sorry. Well, it's kind of the way he said it. It is the mannerisms. The Druid of the Claw is next, but it's not enough of a step up. We've got 33,000 health and, oh, well, almost as much damage as they have health. So this is where the Grimoire is really key, because it increases your mana and your health. You realise I can just ban you again if I want. Make him fight versus 23 insane computers next time. In Jurassic Park. 23 insane Tyrannosaurus Rexes. What's the plural of Tyrannosaurus Rex? Tyrannosaurus. Rexes? Rexi? Rexa? Mountain giants, baby. I wonder if they have the bash as well. Scenarios will be soon.
A player's forces are under attack.
Patiently waiting. These guys never get used. I don't know what their intention was. You even put items on them. Unless they do get used in this version. Like, I can't remember if they got added. It's been a while. The pig. Snorty, the hero. Was his name Snorty before? I don't remember his name being Snorty. Infernal's just playing around at this point. Do you know pigs are more intelligent than dogs, apparently?
A player's forces are under attack.
And we eat pigs. But people go nuts about you eating dogs. Feels bad, man. If pigs were so clever, why would they be so tasty? Oh, here we go. Scenarius is on the field. Trying to see if the Infernals can do it. Yeah, I think the Infernals can do this.
You've done well so far, but the true test still lies before you.
See, you edited this, didn't you, I think, to add in these guys?
Are under attack.
Yeah, there's actually more. Normally it would end there. Scenarios is always getting done dirty. Oh, I see the Infinity Tome is here. Damn! What about the battle standard as well? Yeah, reduce the attack cooldown. Make a poll with Overclocked deserves an unban for this. I think at the end of the day, we can't question the fact that Overclocked has done it. People always get angry when I try to sort of change the rules. They can't have their cake and eat it as well. Just casually getting a Mask of Death, because why not, I suppose. Yeah, he has got a lot of gold, hasn't he? This is where you get so much gold. Crazy. I couldn't even spend it. can't use gold on tomes. There's no transfer of gold to wood. Oh yeah, it was Nazgrel. Gets the gold and pillage, didn't he?
A player's forces are under attack.
That Dreadlord's scary. Who's next then? I see. Abilities unknown. Yeah, Hell God. It's about as laughable as Ragnaros in World of Warcraft Classic. Being beaten by a bunch of level 56s.
A player's forces are under attack.
Will I play TBC Classic? It vastly depends upon fresh servers for me. I really don't want to play on a server that currently exists. I'm happy to level up all the way from level 1 again, if it just means that the server will be fresh, aka everyone has the same clean start. That makes it way more enjoyable. That's always the most fun part of the World of Warcraft expansions, is when you like start leveling up and gearing up, because no one is basically better than you at that point. The game always becomes a lot more dull once everyone gets way higher gear than you, and therefore they can just outplay you with the gear and not so much the actual skill. So it just becomes less appealing over time. The only other fix, if Blizzard don't put fresh servers on, and you're still willing to level up a character on a server that already exists, would it have to just be like an almost dead server, basically? I do understand. I think TBC Classic is going to be a mess no matter what happens, because, I mean, Horde are always super overpowered. They always have been. They were in Classic, and they're even more overpowered in TBC, even though the Paladins on the Alliance side get these same abilities now, which they should have done in the first place. The Horde are just always so OP with their racials. So you're just going to have, like, everyone log on to the fresh server, bum rush it, and there's going to be like 90% Horde. 10% Alliance. It's going to be like a dead server in the terms of like versus other players. What did Overclocked say? He never apologized. He was supposed to apologize. Have I completed Detroit Become Human? Yeah, I have. I played it on stream actually, not that long ago. Probably only about 5-6 months ago, I think. It was actually really cool. We had a good time. I never had an intention to play it again, though. It's always one of those games where you think, oh yeah, this would be kind of cool to play it again and see it from a different angle, but by the time you're done with it, you're like, yeah, I'm finished. I'm sure there are other ways you could do things, but I don't need to see them all. I'd definitely recommend it, though. It's an interesting experience. Manaroth was in Reign of Chaos, but he didn't have Cleave. He had Shockwave, Thunderclap, Reincarnation, and Earthquake. Alright. I never played Death Stranding, no. I always intended to watch, essentially, you know, I think it was like a year or something ago. I think it might have been Mortal Kombat that got me into this. Where you would watch essentially all of the cutscenes put together on YouTube. Because some of these games actually have a lot of their story in cutscenes, and it's kind of fun to watch. It's like watching a mini movie or something. So I watched, I think, it was either the latest Mortal Kombat or it was the one before that. And I haven't played Mortal Kombat in freaking years, so all of the characters are kind of like weird to me now. But it was still interesting to sort of watch, essentially, the story of these characters and how they were behaving with each other. So I watched that. I watched the Spider-Man one. Never played the Spider-Man game when it came out. But I watched the actual thing on YouTube. It's just too many games these days. Can't play them all. It's easier just to watch them. Hell Creep 6, Hell Creep 5. Those are very... I've never played Knights of the Old Republic. I always heard that that was supposed to be an amazing game to play for story. Like, yeah, I know. Again, that's something I should do. But I don't know. When do you get time to do it? Yeah, and again, it's going to take a long time as well. Can you see the top bosses? There's still 2 more to bloody well go. This goes on for way too long. Like, for some reason, you've implemented way more creeps. I don't know why you've done that. There's like twice the amount of waves before bosses now than there were when you were playing this like the first time round versus the original. Make the map snappier or more frequent waves. Why is he fighting 11 bosses in a map that's called 8 bosses? I don't know. Have I seen Little Nightmares 1 and 2? Nope, never heard of that. I gotta say, the longer this goes on, the more I feel like banning him. Well, doesn't he need, like, even stats for the balance key? Is that what he was waiting for? Oh, okay, we got another boss now. It's Gavin Rad the Dyer. You just copy and pasted the previous boss and turned it into a pit lord. Your creativity extends the universe. Book of Eli is almost max health. Calm-willed the Seeker. Wasn't that like... Who was that? Was that the zombie? I think that was the zombie. You calculated with your calculator that he needs around 1,000 lumber to get the balanced stats. Okay. They're all paladins. Are they? Oh yeah. Free bosses were in the version before Overclocked edited it. I think they were, yeah. But they never used to do anything. Does anyone want to talk trash? Oh no, never mind. Speaking of trash, we actually moved him straight into the last boss. There you go. You did it. Or did you? Is it going to be me? Am I going to come through the portal now?
What? Whoa.
Oh god. Satan's got some nice stats. 99% damage reduction. The Infernals are actually getting their asses kicked. That was kind of close. I feel like this boss would just stay here anyway, even if you did kill Overclocked. Quality content. Uh-oh. It's funny how he can like one-shot the Infernals, but he can't even dent you. Did you make it so he can't... Oh. Well, I guess you lost then. Yep. Overclock lost. There you go. I think we have to unban him, unfortunately. For now. Thanks for watching. Take care.